Keith Richards was born in 1943 on December 18th. In the 1960s and 1970s, he was sometimes called Keith Richard. He is a famous English musician and songwriter, well known for helping start the Rolling Stones. He played guitar, sang and wrote songs with Mike Jagger, making them one of the most successful songwriting teams ever. Richards has been in the music business for more than 60 years, and his unique way of playing the guitar is a significant part of the Rolling Stones' music. However, the years he became well known in the media for his love life and use of illegal drugs, and he often associated with the counterculture movement. Richard was born and raised in Dartford, Kent. He went to school at Dartford Technical School and Sidcup Art College. After finishing school, he became friends with Mike Jagger, Bill Wyman, Charlie Watts, and Brian Jones, eventually becoming a member of the Rolling Stones. During their concerts, Richard usually takes the lead on at least one song, such as Happy, Before They Make Me Run, and Connection. Apart from his work with the Rolling Stones, Richard has his own separate band called the Expansive Winos. He also acted in 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movie as Captain Teague, who is Jack Sparrow's dad. The character's appearance and personality were influenced by Richard himself. In 1989, Richard became a part of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and in 2004, he was welcomed into the UK Music Hall of Fame, along with the Rolling Stones. In 2011, Rolling Stone magazine ranked him 4th on their list of the top 10 guitarists and featured 14 songs that Richard co-wrote with Mike Jagger on their list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. Following their highly successful performance at BST Hyde Park, Keith Richards expressed the band's desire to stick together for the foreseeable future, as he believes that life is just too interesting to let go. Going on stage has played a pivotal role in saving Richard's life in multiple ways. He has faced various health issues and risky situations, such as getting electrocuted during a sound check, nearly being burned alive when his bed caught fire, and needing emergency brain surgery after falling from a tree and hitting his head, causing a blood clot. Richards has mentioned that these experiences have left him with a feeling of being invincible. The tragic loss of his son has a profoundly negative impact on Keith Richards' mental well-being. Shortly after learning about his son's passing, he faced a difficult choice. He had a performance scheduled and felt he had 2 options: either go on stage or contemplate ending his life. Fortunately, Richards received support from his bandmates and decided to go ahead with the performance that night. Looking back, he openly shared that he had to set aside his grief until after the show, explaining that it was such a shock and going on stage was a way to protect himself. It's quite remarkable that Richard managed to complete the performance with his bandmates. The weight of guilt over the tragic loss of his son began to linger. At the time of his son's passing, the baby was just 10 weeks old. Although he never fully recovered from the grief, Richard and his partner, Anita Pellingberg, had 3 children together. During their 12-year relationship, sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS, sometimes called cot death, is when a seemingly healthy baby dies suddenly and unexpectedly. It affects about 200 babies each year in the UK. This heartbreaking condition typically occurs in the first 6 months of a baby's life, especially for those born prematurely or with low birth weight.